what we're making a plan today. We've got a plan to improve our deep learning framework that we've built over the past few days. We had a success in the previous stream that we had yesterday. We were successful in implementing our backpropagation, which is the hardest part of building with artificial intelligence when building your machine learning framework from scratch, is the backpropagation part. The easy part is the forward propagation, which typically is the inference. Echo, hey, how's it going, Echo? Welcome on in. We're updating our machine learning framework that we built over the last couple of days, and we got a couple of to-dos here on the screen to simplify, make things cleaner, make some adjustments, and that's the plan for today. We're going to be updating our code to make some adjustments, maybe tuning some of the. We had success. We did. We succeeded in the last stream. It was really fantastic. It was a wonderful. We're going to do. Oh, actually, let's update this. Part 3. Let's do increment by 1. There we go. And this will be updating our framework to make it a little bit better, cleaner, simple things like that. But yeah, Ashford, so check this out. You can add bias into your machine learning model in a variety of ways. One, for example, is you can do it directly by manipulating the inputs. So before it gets to the actual neural network or the model itself, you can manipulate the inputs to add a bias into it to help make those adjustments. But this is the common standard ways right here, is to have a dedicated sort of set of weights or parameters here. Some parameters. These are both parameters here. So you've got your biases and your weights. Parameters. They're just numbers. This is the only library we're using is NumPy. And we're using NumPy because it makes your code a little bit cleaner for things like this. So you can see here, we've got our inputs times our weights plus the bias. Well, all these things are arrays, right? So you know that this is a one-dimensional array, the bias, and this is a two-dimensional array, the weights. And so what it does is it does operator overloading using dunder methods, the double underscore methods in Python, to override this operator that is able to see two matrices like this, like the weights and the biases, and it can merge them. It can merge them together. And the same for the inputs, which is a two-dimensional array as well. So this is a dot product or outer product that then is applied with the bias. And so that allows us to basically represent a for loop right here, but in a single line. And so instead of having to write the for loop ourselves manually, the NumPy does that for us. So it's just doing iteration for us. It does a really good job at iteration. It makes things really clean. So that's why we can have a single line like this with the forward pass. It's so cool. Let's do this. We're going to now we're actually going to get to some of the code. I'm really excited. Oh, this is so satisfying. Okay. I did want to bring in sigmoid because we had someone, hold on. Let's do this real quick. There is a file here. Jukiro gave us some ideas about sigmoid, I think, for sig, back to C. Here we go. Okay. Given that the output is between 0 and 1, we want to use sigmoid. So let me add that in. That's going to be something that we want to do. Well, from scratch. All right, here we go. This is the repository, and then you can see the file here that we were currently working on. This is the file. Isn't it simple? Look how small it is. Isn't this crazy? And we're going to make it even smaller today. We're going to clean it up and make it a little bit simpler. But this version right here is really easy to read. You can see this is AI. Where did AI right here? Look at how small it is. It's just so tiny. It's just so tiny. All right, update this and make this better. Okay, let's do this. So I did want a sigmoid function. I wanted to bring in a sigmoid function, and I know I have a sigmoid function around here somewhere. Here we go. Here we go. We can just copy and paste these guys right here. We're actually coding. Now we're actually coding. So we've got our sigmoid activations. Sigmoid. There we go. Let me double check. All right, cool. Let me get rid of some of that and some of that. All right, cleaning up. So we've got our sigmoid. We've got our layer. Layer here. Then I want to make a model. I'm going to do a class model, and then it's going to be it's going to have some good stuff in it. We're going to have some good stuff in it. We're going to make it a little bit better. Okay, let's see if we can clean some of the stuff. All right, so I know this. Okay, so this part I wanted to do different. I want to do this because we don't need the gradient to be stored in self. So I wanted it to be like this, gradient, and then we go like this, and then let me see here, gradient. So we don't need that anymore, and we don't need that. There we go. All right, there we go. Let's double check to see our program still runs. Okay, so we need to go up here, like that. Maybe self. Wait, yes, self. There we go. Let's clean that up. There we go. Is it going to run? Is it run? Okay, we're still running. We're in good. We're good. Hey, Drawing Brothers, welcome on in. Happy to see you here. Welcome in, Drawing Brothers. We're doing our Python machine learning framework. We're making some adjustments. We're updating it. So yesterday, we fully succeeded in getting our deep learning framework to work, and we did it from scratch. And I was so excited and so happy to see it working. It was very happy. It was like a wonderful adventure. And today we're making it a little bit better. We're just improving it. You can see how simple it is. We're going to make some adjustments. I'm really excited to make this improvements today. We're going to make some improvements on this, but you compare that to this. Like, see how they're different? See how, so this one's clean and simple and easy to read and approachable. But you look at this one and it's overwhelming and it's daunting and it's difficult to follow. It's difficult to follow. It's like easy, difficult, right? You can see the difference, but we're going to make this even better. We're going to make it even better, you guys. So I did simplify that. So that's gone. So we made that better. This we already modified. We did that. We're good there. So you can see how clean and simple this is. Look how simple and clean all this is. It's actually very easy to read. You can see how it's all built in and the functions are clean and you understand what each function does. It's only like two. Isn't that crazy? Look, 2 lines for each function. Isn't that beautiful? I think it's just gorgeous. And it's so powerful. And it's deep learning framework too. All at the same time. I think it's amazing. Finishing up this framework here, and we're going to make it clean. And then we're going to try to use it for something. And that is what we're going to be doing because 1 a.m., you got to be sleeping at 1 a.m. There you go. 1 a.m. All right, so let's get rid of some of this stuff. So this is for monitoring, so we're good there. Simplify. Okay, this is what I want to do. I'm going to make a model class. We're going to make a model class that has our layers. So we have layers like this, L-A-Y-E-R-S. There we go. And then we will have self.layers. There we go. L-A-Y-E-R-S equals layers. We're gonna clean up. We're gonna clean this. Here we go. No, not lambda. Layers. Layers. There we go. Perfect. And then we're going to have a def forward and then self. I think maybe inputs. Okay. There we go. Pass on that for now. And we're going to do a backward. And then backward will be gradient. There we go. We're going to pass on that. And then I think that's, oh wait, no, here, I've got a better idea. We'll have a fit. We need a fit function. Something like that. We need a fit function. We'll figure it out. We need a fit function. So we've got our forward pass. So we'll do, how do we do this? How do we do this clean? So we could say for layer in self.layers. We'll do this layer. Let's see, layer.forward like this. And then we say inputs. Here we go. Get rid of that. So that'll do the forward pass, and then let's see, out equals, well, actually, what we could do is we could overwrite it, so that way we keep things clean. So out inputs. Here we go. I think what we could do, and then we want to return out. There we go. Something like that. But we can do out. I think we could say, we could do this. We could do out or something like that. We could do this, which seems weird, right? Doesn't that seem weird? Check this out. Check this out. Let's do that. We go Python. So if we wanted to see, so we see 1 or 2, you'll see, wait, I got to type that. 1 or 2, you're going to see 1. But if you say 0 or 2, it's going to return 2. C is called, what is this called? Short circuiting. It's called short circuiting. So if out is defined, if out is defined, so that'll work there. We could do that. If we wanted, but I don't know if it's clean. I don't know if it's clean enough. I'm not sure if it's clean enough. This is a very, you mean when you say clean. Dibs. Okay. So it's easy to read. Simple words on the screen. The functions or the methods, they're very few lines of code. So see, look at this function, this method right here. This method that you see here on screen, it only has 2 lines of code in it. Very easy to see, understand what's going on here. And what we should also have is some annotations. This is forward pass, which is also the predict function. Or we should say method. It's a method because it's in part of a class. That's the only thing that is kind to the reader. It is very helpful. It's code that you write that is beneficial to whoever is going to come along in the future who has to read it. So you want to make sure that your code is legible, it's clean, it's approachable, it feels effortless to read, it's lightweight, and it's easy to understand. You see, we only have a few lines of code in here. So now compare it to this here. This feels daunting. I have to spend a lot of mental energy to walk through this code that does not even as much as our code does here, right? Because see, it's not like easily we haven't segmented the code in a way that is clean and easy. So update model weights with gradient or the delta of learning. The delta of learning. I don't know the delta which is basically the error. I would say adjust error. Which means, let's see if I spell gradient properly. I got to spell gradient. Here we go. Which means it simply is slowly adjusting the parameters of your model, of your AI model, so that way it learns. You're just incrementally training your model, right? We want to slowly adjust the training of our model. That's the idea. Slowly adjust the training of our model. There we go. What are we training the model to do? Right now, we're doing a toy model that can do the XOR operator. It can do the XOR operator. So here's our training data. Basically a spreadsheet, but it's a simple a binary model, right? So we got a simple binary model. We got our inputs and our outputs, our features, our labels, right? These are all the same words. So your input data or your training data, your features, right here. This is data that you want to train on. This is this data source. And then you've got labels, your output, or your expected answers. The actual answers. Let me say not expected, actual. The actual answer to the thing. And then you train the AI on this data set right here. So that's what we're doing right now. It's just a simple toy data set. You call it a toy data set because it helps you validate that the model is working. So that's what we're doing. So we've got our model, we've got our layers, and then we got our out, and we got our fit. And our fit is going to be, how do we want to do that? We want to train on some input data. So maybe what we'll do is we'll say features and labels like this. We'll do features and labels, something like that. I think that's a good idea. Features and labels. And then let's do this let's do def backward. I just want to do this as well. Self. And then we need something here. We need something. I don't know what this is. We need something there. It's going to be there. And then basically it's going to be this, right? So we need, so it'll probably be gradient. No. Yes. Okay. So we'll do that. We'll say gradient. And then in the fit, we can do that there. So we can do that here. So we'll do forward, which we need this. This will all go into the fit, basically. It's very straightforward. Like this layer right here is actually the majority of AI. Like this is the important part. It all fits right now on your phone or on your computer screen. Check this out right here, right now. What you're looking at is a deep learning neural network. And it is a single layer, but when you add them together and you stack them, you get deep learning. And that's how this works right here. All on the screen right now, 100% of the code that is important is represented right here. That is some clean code right there, you guys. Clean code. And look, the methods, the non-initialization methods, they all only have 2 lines of code in each of them. Isn't that cool? Let's see if we can make this, let's see if we can optimize this last thing, and then we have to wrap up stream. We're going to optimize this last thing here, you guys. All right, so there's a backward gradient. So let's do this really quick. So we want for layer in layers. How do we reverse this? Building a deep learning neural network from scratch that we succeeded in building. Is it still run? Oh, we got a problem. Gradient. Because of this. Here we go. Okay. So we want to say layer.back like this. Like that. Let me say gradient equals that. There we go. Check it out. Boom. And then we don't need to return the gradient. We're just going to do that. Oh, wait. But what we want to do is optimize. We'll say layer. So we've got our gradient delta. This is the back propagation gradient. So that's the back. So we're doing backpropagation there. But let me look at this. Oh, so we've got to optimize. Oh, this already does the optimization. We don't even need to do. We don't need to do a layer to optimize. So we just do that, I think. But hold on. Let's double check real quick. Okay. So we want to call this in a loop like this. It's got to be like this. We're basically doing this. Okay. Then we layer first off, and we say gradient equals that. So we're basically looping, and that's what we did. So this is back prop. So we almost did this. So we've got this one, which is fine, but I want to do, let's see, just do this. So we say layers equals, and we'll do this. We'll grab these. We'll grab this here, and we'll do an array like this. There we go. And we'll do copy paste. There we go. We do input is going to be 2, 4, 4, and output is going to be 1, like that. So we've got the same. So we're going to build it in the new way. So we got our layers, then we're going to get our model. And we do layers like this. Layers. There we go. Guys, we're almost there. And then we're going to say model.fit. Like this. I would, or learn or train. I like train. And we say our labels and our features are this. These are X and Y. X and Y. Okay, so we do X, comma, Y. There we go. There we go. All right, so is that going to work? Is it going to work? I think it actually will. Inputs. Like this, and return inputs. Like that. There we go. There we go. So clean that up. A little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer. Then we do the reverse, the backward. We got our gradients. Gradient. And then we always have to return for, do we though? Do we? Wait. Do we have to? Let me think about, yes. Okay. We don't need this. Oh, well, no, is it? Do we run it? Do we even run fit? Here we go. We did. We ran train. Oh, and train doesn't do anything. Okay. So in order to get train to do something, we need to basically do this. We need to basically copy this entire function, but we don't need most of it. This is just as a reference. Here we go. So fit epoch. Here we go. And then we say self.forward. And we say out equals like this. Self.forward. Let me get to case number 6 very soon, very shortly. And then we say our features. Here we go. There's the out. So we took care of that. And then we need the delta. And then we get our loss. And then we go over here and we make our first gradient. The first gradient. Gradient. There we go. Let's spell that properly. And then we do backward. So we do backward. And then we pass in the gradient. There we go. Gradient. There we go. Perfect. Okay. We are, at least right now, we're doing AI. So we got our first error. We got our loss. We're printing the loss. And then I will say like this loss. So that way we know, we can recognize it. And then I think we're going to do an F string. So we can do it like this. There we go. Do like that. We go F string. Perfect. Happiness. All right. We're good to go. Delta error output. So we get our forward. And then we do our backward. And then backward and optimization. There we go. All in one, you guys. All in one. Our recommendations for our AI model. I do have sigmoid here, and we are going to be using it for our output. We're going to make sure that this works. The final thing that we're going to at least do is make sure that we are doing sigmoid. We're going to be doing sigmoid. So output layer, let's see, activation is going to be sigmoid, and then derivative is going to be sigmoid derivative. There we go. And that's our output layer. And so now we should have, hopefully, I hope it works. Hey, how's it going? Bonjour. How's it going? Happy to have you in. We're wrapping up our AI model here. I think we got it. I think we did it. We even have the fit model successful. I think this is it. Okay, let's see if it works. We got a problem. So let's see here. Let me paste this around real quick. Did I get it all? Is this correct? Yes. Let me double check. We do have an issue. Where's the issue? 4444444. Oh, here's the issue. I found it. I figured it out. There we go. Good. We did it. Yep. Sigmoid. Boom, right here. We got it, July. Thank you so much. We're gonna make it work. Here we go. Let's see if it works. Didn't work. It works. We did it. Isn't this cool? Oh, it's so beautiful. Is it beautiful? It is. It's actually working. It's actually working.